Hi friends! One of these days I'll learn how to live stream. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. You can call me whatever you'd like. You can start with a man that doesn't know how to live stream all that well, even after over a year of doing it. I've said it once, I'll say it again. There's about 800 things to try to remember before you live stream. Ben Scogan, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the madness. Oh, is the Athix says helium? Did I set this on 44K? All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to start everything over again. Hold on. Oh, no helium. Okay. Welcome to Monday Night Things. We're gonna test BT2.0 versus PH2.0, and I'm gonna handicap BT2.0 tonight. PH2.0 we're gonna run on the Newbie Drone Gold 300s. BT2.0 we're gonna run on these BT2.0 260 mAh batteries. If there was ever an opportunity for PH2.0 to win, it's gonna be tonight. I hate to ruin the surprise, but it's not gonna. BT2.0 is still more than likely gonna outperform PH2.0, but we'll see. Maybe it won't be that big of a difference. Maybe there'll be a difference in runtime. I don't know. What else are we gonna do? Q&A. This is Monday night is a big Q&A night, so fill the chat up with any and all questions that you've got. When you do it, make sure you type CiottiFPV into your chat comment, which is gonna light up an orange. Which, wow, keystrokes are down already. Great, OBS. That took 3 seconds. If you tag me. Let's go on the other monitor here. Look, if you tag me, you don't have to type the @ but you certainly can. If you type CiottiFPV, it'll light up an orange like that, and I'll know that you're talking to me. If you forget to do that, wow, OBS, you are just a pile of steaming manure. If you forget to do it, hopefully one of the OG folks in the chat will copy and paste your comment and tag me for you. Oh geez, I'm looking at you. In the chat tonight, we've got Ed K, who was first, Cody S.A., Richard, Frank Nicholas, Imp FPV, Fargo 252, Glenn Burnett, Schizophrenic FPV, Freeload, Joe Riot 9, Remy Tim, Sci-I, Guillermo is here, Brian Huff, Demenis, Coilocker, Ben Scogan, Family Guyver, Override, Jackalope, Robert Garcelone, Metal Dirtskin, Black Moses. I'll leave it there. If you want the gangly man to read your name, you got to get in early. I'm exhausted, for the record, guys. I don't know why. I was out playing in the snow today, doing sledding things, but I didn't do much sledding. I don't know why I'm so exhausted, but this might be a little bit of a low energy stream tonight. I apologize in advance for that. But, usually I'm all hopped up on that crack cocaine, so maybe you guys will like it. Maybe you guys will like a more normal human being. Probably not, though. Demenis tagged me and said what's up, collective. So did Family Guyver. Black Moses says good evening, fam. Aries B Productions says what up, collective. Good day to Gangly One. Arazib, there we go. He typed it phonetically for me. FPV Trucker says what's up. Paul McDonald with a $2 super chat. He says smash the like button. Woo! Thank you, Paul. Very kind of you. This is my full-time job. If you guys want to support me on this wild and wacky FPV adventure, head over to CiottiFPV.com and click all the buttons. The button that helps me out the most is the Patreon button. Go over there and join up. Lots of good stuff. Technical articles about PID tuning the easy way, filter tuning the easy way, how to troubleshoot motor heat, vibrations, mid-throttle oscillations, all kinds of good stuff. You'll get access to audio versions of all these live streams so that you can just listen to them. Because most of what we do is audio-based, right? You guys ask questions, I read the question aloud and then answer aloud. Sometimes I show you things in the camera, but usually you're just looking at my big dumb face. What else do you get? You get access to the Discord server to hang out with these beautiful people in the chat. Bunch of other stuff. $3 whole a month will get you in. That's 10 cents a day. Or if you want to get in on the bi-weekly giveaways every other Monday, you can do the $5, $10, $20 tiers. It's all explained over there. Speaking of giveaways, tonight is not a giveaway night, but tonight a giveaway does end at midnight. I don't have it here. I left it back at my apartment, but I have a build kit that I'm doing a giveaway for, almost $300 worth of stuff. There's a Caddx Tarsier in there, 2 Beta 75 frames, the right ones for the canopy and the motors. The canopy is that really cool Beta FPV blue canopy specifically made for the Caddx Tarsier. And then there's a VTX that sits on top. That's included with an antenna. I think it's a CP antenna too. There's an FrSky XM in there. If you're on FrSky, there's a receiver for you. There is a set of Newbie Drone 1202 11,420 kV motors, 2 Beta FPV 3S 300 mAh batteries, maybe 350, I forget. 2 of those, a set of the appropriate GemFan 4-blade props. I think that's everything you need to do a build, right? Receiver, VTX, antenna, motors, batteries, frame, camera, canopy. Yeah, it's a full build. To get in on that giveaway, you've got to buy yourself something. I know it's wild. You got to treat yourself. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com and go to my Etsy store, which has just been updated with a ton of new stuff. All the new stickers, bunch of new hardware, all kinds of stuff that might help you out during your builds, especially with micro builds. A lot of micro hardware on there that's really handy to have. You can head over to to my Fiverr page and book a one-on-one session with me doing flight instruction or tuning or build planning. I've been doing this for about 5 years, so I have a really good feel for how to fly, how to teach you how to fly better, which mainly comes from the motorsport background that I have. I was an instructor at the racetrack for almost 10 years. And then build planning is really handy. I've wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trying to find the best components for the least amount of money. So I can help you not waste $80, $90, $100 on garbage ESCs and flight controllers and all kinds of other stuff that catches on fire. And then the tuning session. I've always kind of been interested in tuning, and I've always tuned my rigs as far as I can realistically without getting them to the point where you can't crash them a lot. I also hurt my hand today, so I'm going to forgive my more than likely constant rubbing of my hand. I was doing push-ups with my feet up in the air, and I don't know, it just hurts. What else? Teespring store. Buy yourself a t-shirt or a mug or a sweatshirt with my logo on it. You'll love it, I promise. All my t-shirts and whatnot are a little bit expensive because I chose the, what's the brand? New something or other. I don't know. There's a brand of t-shirt that's really soft, and every time you wear it, you just want to grope yourself, and I don't know, maybe that's just me, but Next Level, that's the name of the t-shirt company. They're just really soft and they fit better. So yeah, the t-shirts are not like $15 t-shirts, they're like 22 bucks or 24 or something like that. Get yourself something nice, you know? Here's the t-shirt for the night, because we are going to be doing tiny whooping in a little bit here. Kevin Sumner says restarting OBS already. Yep. Richard says audio is good now. The reason why I have to restart OBS when there's microphone issues is that I don't know. That's just the way it is. Whenever there's audio issues in OBS, if you restart it, a lot of times magically it's better. So just one of the joys of being a live streamer. Athix says helium. Richard says audio is good now. Paul McDonald says you good. Brandon Bickbean says it's fine. Ruby Tim says you sound fine. Richard says no helium. Veritas Reason. Okay. Metal Dixon says, do those beta FPV BT2.0 batteries really suck, or just me? You know, I'm kind of okay with them. They're pretty light. They're the same weight as the Newbie Drone Nitro Nectar Gold 250s. And they outperform them, which is probably down to BT 2.0. But I don't know of any other 250, 260 mAh BT 2.0 batteries. But they've been fine. These batteries have been totally fine. You guys will get to see it in a little bit here. Are these guys all charging? Oh yeah, we're pretty much good to go here. We'll start flying soon. I'm gonna fly a little bit earlier tonight, so that this house full of people that I'm in right now can, not have to listen to tiny whoops slamming into walls at midnight. So we're gonna jump right into flying, and I'll let the chat pile up, and then we'll get caught up on the chat in the last half of the stream. All right. Trying to get caught up on chat. Wow, there's a lot of people in chat. Welcome, friends. If you're new, this is studio number 2. This is my girlfriend's house, her spare bedroom. And this is the spot to whoop. This is an amazing location for whooping. My apartment is very, very small. My apartment is nicknamed Studio 1. And it's very, very small, like 900 square feet, and it's only a single level. So it's not all that fun to tiny whoop. This place, though, this may as well be a tiny whoop freestyle like location. Like they could put this house in like Liftoff, and you guys would love it. So yeah. Rich, all right, so we got it. Sound. Here we go. License to drive type CiottiFPV 800 times, and it shows up in orange. For me, FPV Kevlar says hi. Black Moses says I'm building an Atom RC Dolphin right now. Should I go Should I go digital DJI or not? Oh man, I mean, I run analog because it's way cheaper. Realistically, I just can't afford to get on the DJI. I've got about 10 rigs, and realistically, for your muscle memory, you don't want to have like one rig on DJI, one rig on SharkBite, one rig on analog. It's just bad. It literally will make you fly worse. So realistically for me, if I go to DJI, I have to do 10 rigs all at once, which is, $1,000+ in VTXs on top of the goggles. FPV Exchange has been kind enough to offer me up a set of goggles that has a dead pixel. So yeah, I'm saving money there. And a couple guys are sending me Vistas, T-Bird among them. But yeah, I mean, there's some other problems with DJI for me personally. The main one is that there really isn't a good monitor solution for DJI yet. I run into, on working gigs, I run into about 50% of the time, the director who is going to have the monitor doesn't want to be standing right next to me. And the only way to accomplish that on DJI is to drag around a second set of the DJI helmet. They're not goggles, they're a helmet. Because I call them a helmet because they're huge. And I'm just not doing that. I'm not dragging around. Not to mention that's another $500 and something, right? It's just insane. And then, you either have to, the professional way to do it is to spend another $800 on the smart controller thing. Technically, yes, you can give them this janky, like, Raspberry Pi phone screen cable setup, but, like, you're going to look like a jackass in front of, for me at least, directors that are fairly professional. So DJI is a no-go for me. But for you guys that are potentially flying for fun, wow, I mean, it's such a better, if you have the money, I mean, there's kind of no reason to not do it, if I'm completely honest. It's just such a better flight experience. It's, you really feel like, yeah, I mean, you're flying in HD. Who doesn't want to fly in HD? I certainly do. I would love it if there was a realistic HD solution that would work well for me, but unfortunately there is not quite yet. But there will be, so I'm just waiting it out. Dan636 says, I like the lighting. Thanks, brother. This room is just like a box, so it's very easy to light. So I was able to do this nice, simple kind of setup, and yeah, I dig it too. We were talking about this the other day. I want to put more shit on the walls, and I do have more shit to put on the walls, but I'm resisting the urge because it looks really good just kind of clean like this. So I'll probably just kind of leave it like this. We'll only be in this house for the next like 5 or 6 months, so this is not like a permanent thing. Remy Tim says, you said you don't know how to stream even though you've been doing it for a year, but you've been doing it for 2 years. Yeah, it is wild to think of how long it's been. I've only been doing it a year, like, as a career. I don't think it's been quite 2 years. God, I hope it hasn't. But yeah, when I started streaming, when I got laid off at the beginning of the pandemic, that's when I sort of think of like, oh, that's when I started streaming, because that's when it became a career. Daniel Harmon says hi. Mr. Stevenuki says, do you still have the Miata? Technically, I still own it, but it's been at a shop here in Atlanta, stuck at a shop. They have a bunch of my money, and they just haven't been working on the car, and I don't necessarily have a spot to park it that's really great, so it's just kind of it's been living at that shop for over 2 years now. I pushed on them pretty hard towards the end of the year last year to kind of get it done, and they blew me off. I mean, they told me they were going to get it done, and they blew me off. And then Christmas came, and it was like, all right, well, I don't really have enough money to. It'll require a little bit more money to get it back from them fixed, which I don't really have right now. So I just I haven't talked to them since then. I would love it if they messaged me and said, hey, the car's finally done. But it is what it is. I'm handling it. Athix says 12-hour stream tonight. Nope. Flybridge says, I'm building a quad with Brother Hobby T10 500 kV motors, APD 120 amp. Jesus. Other things that I don't know. What flight controller would you recommend? Holybro H7, Lumineer H7. I would definitely stay away from the Lumineer. I love CiottiFPV, but I've not had good luck with any Lumineer products. I don't know anything about the Holybro H7. It sounds like you want an H7 flight controller, which I don't have any experience with, so it's tough for me to give advice. It's not tough for me to give advice. I prefer not to give advice on components that I haven't personally smashed into the ground 100 times. All I'll say is that personally, what I'm going to be running moving forward when I'm spending my own money for flight controllers are T-motors and Acons. Acons I have personal experience with, and they've been great. T-motor flight controllers, I have one that's been great, and I've heard from a lot of people that T-motor flight controllers are the way to go right now. So that's all I can really say. H7, there's really no benefit whatsoever to doing that. Yes, it's going to be something that future-proofs you for sure, but typically flight controllers don't last long enough for it to make sense to future-proof yourself for a year down the road. The gyros just don't really last that long. It sounds like you're building a lifter rig, so you're not going to be crashing it, so you're in a better situation to want to future-proof yourself, but realistically, that gyro will more than likely still wear out before the point where that H7 does you much good, if any good. Sitting here today, the H7 does nothing. It does not benefit you in any way. There's nothing in Betaflight that takes enough processing power to require an H7. An F7 will do D-Shot 600, 8K, 8K, and that's it. Like that's the hardest that we can. That's the hardest that Betaflight will push a flight controller right now. So, yeah, I say that because I don't think that T-Motor or Acon have a H7 flight controller quite yet. They're probably waiting because there's no reason for them quite yet. Will there be in Betaflight 4.4? Maybe. 4.5, more than likely. But if you look at Betaflight 4.2 to Betaflight 4.3, it's been over a year. And yeah, I mean, if you're going to be flying that rig a bunch for a year, the gyro is probably going to wear out. So yeah, an F7 will more than likely be totally fine, and then by the time the gyro fails in the F7, then maybe Betaflight will have some benefit from the H7 processors. Good question, Flybridge. I wish I had more like specific knowledge of the H7s, because it sounds like that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I'm not going to spend all that money on a flight controller that doesn't perform any better, for the next potentially year, maybe even 2 years. Noah Reinhardt says, do a poll on the PH versus BT connectors. I can't do polls. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm too small of a channel. That would be my guess. But yeah, I don't have the ability to do polls, unfortunately. I assume that's a thing that you get once you have a significant number of subscribers. Brandon's Baked Bean says, I'm going to take my analog 3-inch tadpole out of retirement, move it to a different frame, make a naked Vista pick. When are you getting that DJI hardware? I don't know. I don't know. Probably soon. Glenn Burnett says, what do you charge your Nubidra Nectar Nectars and similar batteries at? I've always done 0.3 amp for each 300 mAh battery. You're doing it right. I use... is it finished? Yeah, it's finished charging. So I use this silly little Beta FPV thing. And it doesn't really give you the option. And then I also have a little USB one that I use. Silly little Emacs thing. These work totally fine. It takes like a half an hour plus for it to charge batteries. Maybe not quite that long. That amount of time means that it's charging the batteries at a nice low amp output. And when the OSD pops up, the batteries are always at the appropriate voltage. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of janky using these little cheapo things, but they're not pushing too hard on the battery to hurt them, and they're stopping the charge at the appropriate point. So, it's totally fine. Like, a $10,000 charger isn't going to do anything like, it's going to do that more consistently probably, but I mean, whatever. These came with like random rigs. So when they fail, I mean, I do have this, who's it made by? Fractal Engineering board, which is really nice, and you can hook this up to a proper charger, and I use this when I want to measure the internal resistances on the batteries, but I don't charge with this because my proper charger is usually charging XT30 and XT60, and I try not to like plug and unplug, plug and unplug, plug and unplug, because it wears the connectors out. So yeah, I typically don't really use this thing. It's great. If you don't have another charging solution, this is amazing, and I would really recommend it. But yeah, for me, it just doesn't really make much sense. Although it is fantastic to have to read the internal resistances to figure out if you have a battery that's starting to shit the bed. Freelojo dropping a link to Teespring. Thank you, brother. Scroll. Daniel Harmon says, "Did it turn orange?" I think only you can see it turns orange. Yeah. When you guys type, you guys can do this to each other too. If you type anybody else's name in the chat and you spell it correctly and you get the spaces in the right spots, it'll light up an orange for that person. So somebody type. Well, here, I'll do it. I'm gonna copy and paste Daniel Harmon's name. It looks like this. There you go. So Daniel Harmon, that's what it looks like when you guys do it for me. FPV, that's what she said. FPV Kevlar says, try Streamlabs. I use Streamlabs. Well, Streamlabs is... everybody is actually moving away from Streamlabs right now. I don't want to get too deep into it, but they basically stole somebody else's advertising campaign. They did some shitty stuff, and they ripped a bunch of people off. So everybody is kind of moving away from Streamlabs. Also, Streamlabs is even more of a nightmare than OBS. So many horror stories about Streamlabs being inconsistent and crashy, and yeah, it's just a nightmare. Lead Slinger says, do you have a tattoo BT2.0 to test against the nitro detector? I do not. Those tattoos have not come up for sale on any of the websites that I typically order from. When they do, I will definitely snag a few. Basically, what I mean by that is Pyrodrone and GetFPV don't sell them yet. Once they do, I'll snag a couple. Jackalope FP with a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. When I get to it in the chat, I'll yell at you again. Kevin Sumner says, those Beta FPV batteries, are they actually GNBs or something else white labeled? They might be a GNB. It's hard to tell. I mean, they certainly perform well enough that I wouldn't put it past them being GNBs. They're definitely not made by Beta FPV. Beta FPV does not manufacture their own batteries. Yeah, I don't know who they're made by, but they perform pretty damn well. You guys will see in a little bit here. I want to get a little bit more caught up on chat before I start flying. Ramdonko says 75 and 65 frames with a carbon fiber brace. What's the question, Ram? I have both. I have a bunch of experience with both. I was really hoping to show you guys some freestyle with the most the best 75 millimeter freestyle build that I could muster. But unfortunately, another, we talked about this yesterday, another motor shaft broke on one of these prototype T-Motor 0803s that they sent me. Might be because they're a prototype motor. More than likely, it's because I had these motors on a Newbie Drone Cockroach 75 frame with the really durable gem fan props, and I absolutely love this Cockroach 75 frame with the carbon fiber brace in the bottom. But the thing is, with the carbon fiber brace, it holds the motor mount really solid. So like when you get into impacts, the duct will give and it'll push into the propeller. The gem fan propellers are really durable, so they don't deflect, and then they put that energy into the motor shaft. And these little tiny whoop motors only have a 1 millimeter motor shaft. So I had these T-Motor prototypes on one of these Cockroach frames, and I was slamming the shit out of it here a couple weeks ago, and it broke the front two motor shafts, and then it must have weakened the one of the rear ones, and then it finally let go. A frame like this, every other frame that doesn't have a carbon fiber brace on the bottom, the motor mounting will flex. So in crashes, the duct will push into the propeller, and then the propeller will push on the motor, but the whole motor will move on the, because there's not a carbon fiber brace there. So a frame, the other frames are going to be much lighter on the motors. Z. Corrales, who is the designer of this Cockroach 75 frame, was in the chat yesterday when we were talking about this, and he basically said that when he designed this frame, he designed it with the Newbie Drone ASI props, which are great. I love the ASI props. They're very lightweight. They perform really well, but because of the fact that they're lightweight, they're not all that durable. So with as hard as I crash, which is very and kind of all the time, those ASI props, the propellers get all bent in different directions, and then the tune goes to hell because it's putting all kinds of vibrations in. So I don't run those ASI props. But yeah, this Cockroach 75 frame is brilliant, except if you're trying to build a full-on freestyle basher rig with gem fan props. If you're going to build it with ASI props, you'll be totally fine. Or if you're going to build it with, there are a couple tiny whoop motors with 1.5 millimeter motor shafts, that would be totally fine. So yeah, just be a little bit mindful of what the build is going to be used for when you're using this Cockroach 75 frame, because if you have the exact wrong setup of parts, which is basically what I had, it is, it's going to, it finds the weak point, right? The frame is not the weak point because it's got this brilliant carbon fiber brace on the bottom. This right here is an Insta360 Go 2 carrying whoop, and this frame is absolutely perfect for this build. down to the fact that I can put two 300 mAh batteries into this thing. One in the bottom here. It comes with these awesome little TPU printed things. So you can put one in the bottom there, and then you can put one in the top there. So this is actually a 2S BT2.0 rig that carries an Insta360 Go like you wouldn't believe. There'll be some content coming of that. FPV Trucker says, I have to trim a tiny bit off the 3-inch props for my squirt. The ducts are really tight. Is there a secret to doing it to stay in balance? Yes, FPV Trucker. Take a piece of sandpaper or a file, put the rig into beta flight, go to the motors tab, and put the sandpaper or the file in between the duct and the propeller and spin it up in the motors tab. That way the propeller spinning will, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be balanced and it'll just shave a little bit of the tip of the propeller off. Realistically, that's the only way to keep the propeller balanced when you're doing that. And there's a chance that there's still a chance that the propeller will no longer be balanced. I played that trimming propellers game for a little bit, and then I just got too frustrated with it and went to a different prop. So off the top of my head, there is if you can find a 75 millimeter prop, I think 75 millimeters is basically like 2.95 inches. Yeah, if you can find a 75 millimeter prop rather than a 3-inch prop, it'll probably clear those ducts. So yeah, there's a couple things you can do. Freeloader says found a 3,000 milliwatt AKK VTX for $45. Good lord, cover your eyes with that one. June Loco says the DigiView works great to spectate. June Loco says DigiView app. Yeah, I mean, we already talked about that. It just doesn't work for me. Dingles says, what are the quads on the wall behind you? So these are like either prototype frames or just old frames I no longer run anymore. Over here, this is the CB 2.5 Rotorius frame that I was flying at Quad Camp Atlanta when I did the folding table power loop and Matty Flip heard round the FPV world. This is that's a CL1 frame with the like one of two OG Rampage sticker set on it. That is a Rotorius CB5 frame that never got made. That was my first attempt at making a 5-inch frame with a company that I was sponsored with. And they basically, after I found a bunch of problems with the frame, the person that was running Rotorius at the time basically just said, no, you're wrong. I'm just going to make it like this. And I said, well, if you make it like this, I don't want anything to do with it because it's shit. And then it never ended up getting made. And then this over here is another Rotorius frame, actually. This is a LB97, Rotorius LB97, which was actually a pretty cool frame way back when. It was a 2-inch frame. That there's actually a bunch of edits here on the channel, old analog edits. TweetFPV says +1 more shit. What's up, Dan? How are you, man? If you guys aren't subscribed to TweetFPV yet, you're missing out. Great content, great human being. Get your asses over there and subscribe to TweetFPV or I'll attack you physically. 661FPV says, what are you not finishing today? Nothing. Ramdonko says photographic wallpaper. What's that mean? Photographic wallpaper. Remy Tim says, your first daily Quarren stream was May 2020. Wow. Oh, it is 2022 now, isn't it? May 2020. Jesus. Wow, it has almost been 2 years. My God. Which is just a few short months away from doing full 2 years, but you were doing Sunday Q&A, Monday giveaways since January of 2020. Oh my God. That's right. Joshua came over in January. Yeah. First live stream ever, and the big part of the reason that this whole thing got started is that Joshua came to Atlanta to hang out, and he's like, "Hey, I usually do live streams. You want to do a live stream as my guest?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then at the end of it, he was like, "Dude, you're like really naturally good at that. Like, you should look at doing this." And then I listened to him, and here we are, friends. Abraham says, hard to go wrong with CL Racing. Yeah, CL Racing makes good stuff too, for sure. Jesus, Dan, you're making me feel old, man. My God, 2 years. Gamma Gonad says, an F7 will do it all, but an H7 at 1% CPU processor power. Yeah, I know. If there was an Acon or a T-Motor H7 flight controller that wasn't super expensive, I would probably snag one. But there's not yet. Dan636 says, for my next set of motors, should I go with a T-mount style? Depends on the build, depends on the intention, depends on how often you crash. There are M5 mounts. So the T-Motor 3140 propeller is an M5 mount only, and it is the most durable, the best performing micro propeller that we've got right now. For a basher rig that's going to get crashed into concrete a lot, which is what I'm interested in. T-mount, there are more propeller options, and there are also more like recent propeller options, but none of them are anywhere near as durable, and we don't have quite the right pitch yet. 3140 is just perfect for like a 250 to 280 gram 3-inch basher rig. The closest that we've got it in T-mount land is the Dow 3028. It's a great propeller. It's durable. It's not nearly as durable. It's a lot lighter, so the PID loop's going to perform a little bit better. And it doesn't have quite as much pitch, 28 pitch versus the T-motor, which is 40 pitch. The day that we get like a 3040 or even a 3030 or even a 3035 T-mount, that's... So like basically if we could get and I've been bugging GemFan for this for a while, ever since they first started sponsoring me, I've been bugging them for this prop. Like a 3030 or a 3035 prop that's basically their 5143 size down. That would kind of be it. And then T-mount would have pretty much just as good of an option, if not a better option, than the T-Motor 3140. But at the moment, the T-Motor 3140 is my absolute favorite micro propeller. Unfortunately, there aren't many motors that are not Kagi that will run that prop. Really, the only one that I've found is the X-Nova 1804 3500 kV. So yeah, I don't know. I also don't love the T-mount props for micros because that big long shaft, when it smacks into the ground, it's a big long lever. It puts a lot of stress on the motor shaft. Luckily, the X-Nova motor has a 3mm motor shaft, which has been kind of indestructible. I've not broken one in like over 2 years, which is kind of scary because I break everything always. So yeah, if we could get that propeller as T-mount, they do make a T-mount version of that 1804 motor. Although you wouldn't really need to go that big on a motor. You could do like the Toka 1505s. Although they don't have a 3mm motor shaft. So, but yeah, there's some info for you. Danzilla the Terrible says, question about conformal coating since winter is here. What's the best brand type? Brush it on or shake and bake stuff? I don't use conformal. I've not really had any problems with like quads getting wet and then just drying out and being totally fine. But I have always kept an eye on the different conformal brands, types, all that stuff. And the OG silicone stuff by, who is it, MG Chemicals? I think MG Chemicals. It's the OG one that you've heard of a million times. It's in the clear bottle with a little nail polish thing. That is still the best. The other ones basically don't, you can't solder through them nearly as easily, or you don't get as good coverage because you're not controlling it. There's a big problem with conformal coating where if you get it like inside of your USB port or under a button, the flight controller is like fucked, you know? So the brush on stuff with the nice little, nail polish brush, you've got good control over it. And yeah, the MG Chemicals stuff, you can solder through it if you need to down the road. And yeah, and you can use a UV light to see the coverage of it. After it dries, you take a little UV LED flashlight and you shine it on there. And if you have any spots that aren't glowing blue, you need to cover those spots again. So yeah, the OG stuff, from what I've seen from everybody else's reviews, is still the best bet. Abraham says, I always charge a 2C because I physically beat the shit out of my lipos by crashing them all the time before I do any chemical damage to them. I do too, Abraham. I charge at like 2C, sometimes 3C, because I never have a battery that lasts long enough to cycle out. My batteries always die from physical damage. Although, now that I say that, not with Tiny Whoops. Tiny Whoop batteries don't really take any damage. So I guess it's kind of perfect that the chargers that I use seem to charge at 1C for the Tiny Whoop batteries. Juan Jose Gomez says, how's it been to work on set? Kind of a dream, if I'm honest. I've been on... so I went to college back in like the late 90s, early 2000s for TV radio. And so, yeah, like set life is something that I'm very familiar with. I've been a gaffer and I've run lighting on a whole bunch of short films over the last 7 or 8 years, I guess. So being on film, music video, whatever sets is something that I've done for a long time and I've always enjoyed. Flying FPV is something that I've done for a long time and really, really enjoy. So to combine those two things and the fact that there aren't many people that fly FPV, so like when we're on set, we are like kind of celebrities in this weird way. For like, we're not celebrities to the talent. The talent don't give a shit about us. But all the gaffers, the directors, the like everybody that's, all the actual crew is like, oh shit. That guy flies. And then, like, they'll come up to you like, yo, I've seen FPV. That's so cool. You use goggles? Are they VR? And like, the same conversation that we have with everybody. But yeah, it is what I want to do for the rest of my life, to be completely honest. And yeah, I got a really good head start on that last year. And this year, I'm going to go as hard as I absolutely can. These live streams are not going anywhere. But there are going to be live streams that get, like, if at 5 o'clock on a Monday, I get an Instagram message from one of these producers that there's a gig that night, the stream is canceled. Like, I love you guys and all, but like, yeah. There'll be another stream on Wednesday, you know what I mean? Or I'll make it up, I'll do the stream on a Tuesday or something like that. One of the ways that I was able to get so many gigs last year is by having that approach and just being available 24/7. Every single time, like no matter what the time frame is, no matter what the gig is, even if it's something kind of sketchy, I'll have a conversation with them and say like, hey, here's basically what I can and can't do. I'll come out and I can almost guarantee you that I'll find a way to do something for you safely that you'll love. They've all been cool with that, and it's worked every single time. But the big thing is just always saying yes. I mean, that was what, from what I've been told, like that's why the producers that kept hiring me, because they were like, dude, you're always here on time. You're always here. I never have to think about it. And like directors and producers, like they have to wrangle, they're herding cats. They have to try to get all the crew there. They have to try to get the location locked down. And they have to try to get the talent there. And trying to get the talent there, that's the real pain in the ass. That's the thing that the directors and the producers really struggle with. And so, yeah, for them to have somebody that can give them footage that, you know, just is like mind-blowing, right? Because we've never been able to put a camera in the situations that we can as of, 6 years ago, or when FPV kind of kicked off. All those things together, and yeah, there's a lot of value to us as FPV pilots. The problem, and it's weird calling it a problem, but the thing is, you gotta, like, realistically, you gotta have. I'll put it this way, I'm very, very, very lucky that I got into FPV 5 years ago, because I have put in enough time. I'm also very lucky that I'm used to what happens on set, and I just kind of understand it, and I'm familiar with it, and it's not nerve-wracking. But yeah, I'm really lucky that I got into it that long ago, because flying around talent is a whole different thing. Like, when you see it, you have a tendency to go like, oh, I could do that. Well, that wasn't too hard. You just kind of circled around them. I could easily do that, right? There's a good chance that you wouldn't be able to do it, because the nerves are something that's absolutely just, I just can't put into words what happens to your nerves when you're flying around Masego or Big Boy or I don't know, when you're flying around talent that they're, the jewelry that they're wearing is worth more than every paycheck you've ever made in your entire life, right? Because that's a person that you can't bump into, right? Like, that's a person that you just can't. And like, your brain realizes that, and it's just like, and so realistically, like, to get hired for these gigs and or to be able to show up to these gigs and not have something bad happen, you have to put in a lot of time. So like, if that's where you want to go, you got to put stick time in every day. There was the better part of a year, my second or so year of flying, where I made a rule for myself where I would not go to sleep without having spent minimum of a half an hour in the simulator. I did that for almost a year, every single night. And that's the kind of thing that you need to do to be ready for the level of nerves and just also like the unexpected shit. I did a one take, big long fly through, 3.5 minute route with James Christensen from SOG Productions over the summer last year. James is who made Flow State. He brought me up to Asheville to fly this big gig. And there were situations where, like, so we had like 20 some odd actors working, and there were situations where actors would be out of place, and I would kind of come around a corner blindly, and there would be someone's face where it shouldn't be, and that was my flight path. And so, being able to like avoid that kind of stuff, like, that's when you haven't put thousands of hours into flying, that's the kind of thing where you smash that person in the face, and then you're that guy, and like, we just can't be that guy. You can't be that guy. Can't let yourself be that guy. For the first time ever, actually, at a gig a couple of weeks ago at the Roxy and in downtown Atlanta, the talents, I forget the name of the talent, Jack something or other, I don't know. Apparently I should have known who he was because he's some huge artist. The talent's manager pulled the plug on flying FPV. The director that hired me brought me in, and the talent's manager basically said 2 weeks ago in Europe, somebody flying a DJI drone, unfortunately, their controller failed at a concert, and the rig started to self-land in the middle of the audience. And so she said, Jack doesn't feel comfortable with drones. And that was that. I mean, I still got paid, and I still got an establishing shot outside the Roxy. But yeah, that is an example of why You can't be that guy. You can't go and do a paying gig if you're not way over prepared, in my opinion. You know, I'm in a position where I'm very lucky in that I started flying 5 years ago, right? So it's easy for me to say that. But that's the truth. Like, that really is the truth. Because if you've been flying for 6 months and you go to a gig and you're that guy, you could fuck it up for me and for Tommy and for Overflow and for Gapit and for all of us that are, you know, making a living doing this and being way over cautious. So yeah, don't be that guy. If anybody's thinking about going this route, just be super over prepared, which, you know, you should be anyway. You should be over prepared for most things that you do, especially if they involve, you know, any sort of potential of danger or whatever. Fargo252 says, I'm looking to upgrade my analog receiver from Leforge. Should I go rapid fire or TBS Fusion? Everything I've still heard is saying that rapid fire is still better. Rapid fire, the receiver in the rapid fire is more sensitive. TBS was talking a lot of shit way back when people started when the TBS Fusion finally came out and people started testing those two against each other, and everybody was saying, yeah, rapid fire is clearly better. TBS was talking a big game about all these updates that they were going to release for the Fusion to make it better, and it hasn't happened yet, and it's been an awful long time, so I really doubt that it'll ever happen. All that being said, rapid fire is awful expensive, but you get what you pay for. Analog needs all the help that it can get, so in my opinion, get the rapid fire, because yeah, analog sucks. So if you can make it a little bit better, you want to do that. Kevin Sumner says the poll create button is supposed to be in the YouTube studio chat down at the bottom next to the emoji and the super chat buttons. Looks like a small bar graph. I thought it would be in the other spot with all of our other tools. Let's see, YouTube studio chat. Yeah, I don't have it. Viewer activity. Yeah, I got nothing. Nope. I'm pretty sure you probably have to get, I don't know. I don't know what the next milestone is, but whatever. It is what it is. Glenn Burnett says, I have that fractal engineering board and enjoy it, especially as it is a serial board. Yeah, it's great. The fractal engineering board is awesome. But these other little boards are so much easier for me to use in my workflow that I just end up using them. Paul McDonald says, have you tried the T-Motor Cinna 30 amp 20x20 ESC? You know, I haven't, Paul. I have a lot of ESC. I have a lot of 20x20 ESCs that haven't blown up. So it's hard for me to justify spending money on just another ESC. I tend to spend money on things that I've run out of, basically. So yeah, I have no experience with that. Jackalope FPV, there it is again, $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, Newbie Drone Acro B V3 AIO fund. Oh, okay, so we need to change this because Joshua Bardwell and Tiny Timco are both sending me V3 Acro Bs. Phil from KC super chatted $2. Thank you very much, Phil. Look at that. I got to make that a different color. I got to get back into whatever that thing is and fix those little alerts. So yeah, I've got 2 Newbie Drone V3s coming, which is great because those are going to go into these 2S Insta360 Go 2 carriers. All right, it's 11 o'clock. Let me. What do you guys want to see? Like what product do you guys want to see me test? I'm going to. What about? Ooh, ELRS. All right, no. We're gonna do ELRS fund. So we're gonna do ELRS module and RX fund. And then let me add another couple spaces here, and let's set this at the receivers are really cheap. I need 4 receiver. module, let's say $100. I could probably get all the ELRS stuff that I need for $100, right? $40 in receivers, and then nah, the receivers are a little bit more than that. Let's go 150 plus. YouTube takes 30% of the super chat, so it's always nice to pad the top of it. Thank you very much, Jackalope. Very cool of you. Wrenchy308 says, "What do you use to put the batteries to storage voltage, or do you?" Actually, I fly them down so that they will bounce. I fly them down to a point where they will then bounce back up to storage voltage. That is different for every battery. So, but usually it's when it starts flashing land now. If you land like right away, which on the live streams I typically don't do because I'm just kind of in it. But yeah, if as soon as it starts flashing land now, again, this is different with every battery. Yeah, it'll usually bounce back up to 3.8 per cell. So it'll be in storage voltage. But the fractal engineering board is kind of the only way that you can do that. Good question, Wrenchy. Daniel Harmon says, "It's orange, thanks." All right, cool. So we are going to fly for a little bit here, and then I will get caught back up on the chat. Wow, I'm a half an hour behind on the chat. You guys are asking all kinds of good questions. Video is going to be coming in through this eSheen ROTG01 little USB to VRX. I'm going to go plug it in outside. I got a big long USB cable that I run outside the door of this spare bedroom to get a little bit better signal. Ooh, it's hot out here. It's because Maggie's out here. It's all hot. You know, because she's hot. Hopefully she's watching for that one. All right, so here's the deal. I've got 4. Come on, man. Why do I have rabies all of a sudden? I can't pick up 4 batteries in each hand? Jesus. I've got 4. It doesn't matter. I don't need to show you 4. 4 of these NubiDrone Nitro Nectar Gold 300s. These are basically the best PH2.0 battery. Like, that's just sort of an established fact. And this is pretty much the worst of the BT2.0 batteries. This is the BetaFPV 260. So we're testing the worst BT2.0 battery versus the best PH2.0 battery. We are testing them on 2 basically identical rigs. The only difference between these 2 rigs is this is a NubiDrone V2 board, this is a NubiDrone V1 board. They both have the same PIDs, the same filtering, the same everything, same motors. These are Happy Model 0802 25,000 kV motors, and they're both on the GemFan 1220 or 1219, I don't know, whatever the GemFan 4 blades are. Same frame, same canopy, same camera. This PH2.0 rig does have a circular polarized antenna, but these rigs weigh exactly the same. So yeah, in terms of flight performance, they are absolutely identical. The only difference is going to be PH2.0 solid pin PH2.0 versus BT2.0. So yeah, best PH2.0 battery available versus worst BT2.0 battery available. Most of you know how this is going to go, but we'll do it anyway. It's an excuse to fly around. Plus, it's great clickbait to have BT2.0 versus PH2.0 in the title of this video. And the feedback that I get from flying around here is that everybody loves it. So hopefully you guys are cool with it. You know what's interesting? Yesterday on the stream, as soon as I plugged that VRX in, the stream got very laggy, and today it's completely fine. So welcome to live streaming. Things just happen. They don't make any sense. They just happen. It's awful. It's really frustrating. So I think what we'll do is 2 PH2.0 batteries in a row, and then 2 of the BT2.0 batteries in a row. So we're going to start with PH2.0. Let's smash some tiny whoops. VTX mic. There we are. Hi. All right. And ooh, I'm gonna fly with my. I'm gonna fly standing up. I just kicked that light. I hope I didn't mess it up. All right, people. Ooh, look at that battery voltage. It's the weed number, or so I'm told. All right, people. This battery's been charged for. Actually, all these batteries have been charged for a couple days. What's happening here? Why is this tiny whoop getting so angry? Take it easy, friend. It's just because it was sitting on the desk. All right, people. Mic's still working? Yeah, we're good to go there. All right, cool. Let's get it. Okay. Just get that first crash out of the way. And... okay. What's happening? Where am I? It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, boy. All right. Everything's fine. Back it down the hole. Oh, come on now. Oh, just missed that railing. Oh, God. Almost hit that wall there. We're fine. Everything's fine. No, not fine. Oh, we caught it. Oh, no. What a ridiculous little crash. Oh, don't make me take the walk. Yes. Oh, my God. What is happening? Why can't I... Okay. Everything's fine. Oh, and everything's not fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's fine. Okay. Let's go for the big power loop. Oh, or let's smash into the bottom of the table. Oh my God. I'm hitting everything. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, easy. Why do I keep trying the same thing? I keep hitting the railing. I fell down the stairs. Guys, I fell down the stairs. Oh, come on, easy. Oh my God, why? Why? Okay, everything's cool. Everything's fine. We're good. Get it over here. Oh, that stall. Come on now. Oh no! I thought I could just brave it out. Uh-oh. Oh boy. We're good. Everything's fine. Get in there. Oh! Oh! Just leaving it laid out. Let's run the oval. We'll get locked in running the oval for a minute. We'll run the oval. Run the oval. Run this oval. Get in there, oval. Alright. Oh! The oval bit me. I've not run the oval backwards. Oh, my goggles are fogging up. What is this nonsense? Hold on, let me push the button. Okay. I have not... How have I not run this oval backwards? I always run it that one direction. Wow, it's way different this way. All right, here we go. Now we're getting it. We're getting in there. That's what she said. Oh, 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 oh. Let's bring it on home. Oh, the lamp tried to get your boy, and I did not let it. All right. First battery out of the way. This sucks. I can't see the chat because I'm so far behind. But I will soldier on. This is going to be the one. No crashing on this battery. So yeah, as you can see, what's going on with these goggles? As you can see, this rig with the PH2.0 still makes good power. Like this is a combo that works really well. You know, at the bottom of that's a big dive. You know, like this is a hell of a drop here. You know, like railing. So first floor to second floor, I think is 12 feet, and then this railing is easily another 3 feet. So, you know, even if I just nip the railing, that's like a 15-foot drop there. You know, that's a lot for a tiny whoop. And this PH2.0 setup with these with these motors is enough to really suck that drop up, and I can actually like, so here, oh god, oh boy. I don't have to let it, oh, the lamp got me. The lamp just put it right in my ear. Oh no. Stuck to the wall, friends. Stuck to the wall. Let's try to rearm. Yep, we got that rearm. What you know about that? Oh man, I'm getting very discombobulated. Yeah, I don't have to let the rig fall all the way down to the ground. Like, I can recover a lot sooner than that. I do it because it looks cool. You know, I can recover all the way up there. Do you see that? So, I mean, it's the Nitro Nectar Gold 300s have really good power. Even with the PH2.0. So no huge complaints about PH2.0, but as you'll see very soon, BT2.0 is just better. Oh, that was close. I almost nailed that. What was that? So the big move that I haven't been able to get yet, that I might never be able to get, is coming up here, big power loop, big backflip up over here, and then face first down this stair gap. There's an easier version of it that I haven't been able to figure out yet. I guess like coming up here like that, oh boy. And then backflipping it up through this bit, you know, because like blindly backflipping it and trying to get it down this little gap here is kind of nuts. But if I bring it up the stairs and throw it up these railings, this is a big old gap for me to hit. I'll probably end up hitting a lamp, but yeah, I gotta figure that one out. So 225, I brought it back a little bit early. It wasn't flashing low battery the whole time. Get a load of this though. Look at the BT2.0 rig on the worst of the BT2.0 batteries. This is just silly. Like, it's just outrageous, the difference that you get from just the connector. And again, that's solid pin PH2.0, you know, that's like the best of the PH2.0. I don't want that. So let me give the battery a second to settle down. And then I'm going to start doing all those same moves. Look, I put a blanket on top of the little coffee table here because we're going to be doing some power looping. I want to try to not beat the rig up as much as possible. All right, so I'm going to try one more power loop, and then I'm going to show you guys all those same moves. Okay, that power loop is really difficult. I've hit it once, maybe twice. Ready for this? Oh boy, okay, easy, 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 friend. Here's where you can really see it. Ready? Watch this. Oh, wow. Didn't quite get it over that railing, huh? Let me do it again. Look at the throw. Ready? Oh, it's twice. What's going on? Oh, hi. I'm on the wall. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't usually exit in that direction. Oh, boy. Oh, God. You guys don't get motion sick, do you? You fly FPV, of course you don't. Oh, where am I? Hey, look at these shoes I got. Look at these new shoes. Look how fancy they are. Vans. Okay, enough of that. Oh, no, not enough of that. Look at that. You see that throw? You don't get that throw from PH2.0. You just don't. Ooh, squeeze it in there. Oh, I missed it completely. Look at me. Here we go. Oh, just laying it out in the middle of that there. You like that? Look at that. Look at how it throws up over there. We Bleed FPV makes the Newbie Drone Gold 300s in BT2.0, and they are like another level of madness. But even the worst, oh boy, even the worst of the BT2.0 batteries is still, oh, that was clean. Oh God. I haven't really paid much attention to the runtime. I wonder if the Get in there. Come on now. I wonder if the runtime... I mean, in theory, it should be, right? Man, all of a sudden I can do that really clean. Let's run this oval clockwise for a minute here to give you guys more than 5 seconds of flying without crashing. Man, it's way more awkward in this direction. Whoa! The only thing, and I don't know if this has to do with BT2.0, but the batteries just, oh, for Christ's sakes. The BT2.0 batteries seem to at the end of the battery, the voltage just drops like a stone. All right, let's do one more BT2.0. And I want to give you guys that throw up the big gap when the battery is a little bit more fresh without bashing into the railing 800 times. Let's check these motors real quick. This one's getting a little loose, but it's all right. These Happy Model motors have put up with one hell of an amount of abuse. I am pretty impressed, all things considered. What's that flashing? What is that? Oh, look at that. So this camera must not be IR filtered, because that's an Xbox, you know, whatever that thing is where you can play the games where you move your body around. I've never noticed that before. That's only visible in IR. Huh. Enough of that. Time to shred. All right, ready? So look at this throw. Battery settled in a little bit. Come on now. Oh, I just clipped the edge. I think it threw a prop. Wait. Nah, it's good. Oh boy, what was that? Let's do that again. Here we go. The big front flip. Oh, come on, that was just dirty. Oh, that was just a power loop in place. Didn't mean it like that, but, you know, it's okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Round the dinner table. That's a new little line. Okay. Round the dinner table. Oh, 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 look at this. Ooh, ooh. Look, I'm taking the, get off of me. I'm finally taking the Lego F40 apart to put the little light kit in it. I bought a little head and taillight kit for it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yes. And, yeah, I'm finally tearing that thing apart. It'll be fun. Let's run the oh! Oh! Oh, God! Oh, that was a nice little recovery. Okay. Woo! I guess I don't have to crash all the time. Get under there. Get under there, friend. Get at. Oh! Filthy friend. That was quite cheeky. Oh, 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 oh. This is a crashy night. I mean, I am kind of sleepy. Oh my God! Oh, that's the weirdest power loop ever. Just the weirdest. But somehow it happened. Ooh! I caught it. Ah! I caught it. So now we're going to go back to PH2.0. And I think now you'll really be able to see the difference. But, you know, to be honest, there's not as big of a difference as I thought there would be. Yeah, I don't know. I thought there would actually be a little bit bigger of a difference than this. Let me throw some jams on. It's always fun to have a little background music. Epidemic sound. Play me some music. There we go. Oh, I can't. Well, you're not going to get much music, but you'll get a little bit. Oh, wait, there we go. Let's turn it all the way down. There. All right. Back to PH2.0. You tell me if you think it looks like it's got less power. Oh my God, what am I leaning left so hard for? See, it's still got good power. You know what I mean? Oh, this is, I'm gonna have to, it's in someone's shoe right now, I think. Yeah, it's in somebody's shoe. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Oh, listen to this music. Oh, come on now. All right. Okay, easy, friend. Oh my God, why? Why? Jesus. Oh, I went through the railing. Through it. Oh. Oh, what was that? What? What did I hit? That was weird. Oh, wow, that was a hard hit. Oh man, I am not on tonight. And tonight is an off night. Oh, through the little chair backs, not at all on purpose. Let's ride the couch, ride the couch, ride that couch, ride it. Let's ride the couch again. We're riding that couch. Let's get up in there. Come on. Let's do some circles, make everybody dizzy. Maybe they'll throw up. Oh, 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 hi. Oh, that was one of the cleaner ones. I don't know why I didn't dump it down the stairs. I just decided to catch it. Oh, oh, oh. All right, Power Loop. We're getting you clean tonight. See, that's kind of cheating. I don't want to do it real high like that. I want to do it really tight on this table. That's what she said. Ooh. Man crashes for half an hour straight. Oh! Oh man, that railing is just getting me tonight. Easy, easy, friend. I can't believe I went backwards through there earlier. My goodness. Here we go, come on. Oh, see, that's what I want. I want it to be tight on the back of the table, like that. But man, it's hard. What I've noticed is that the timing for power loops with tiny whoops is completely different to everything else. It's a much quicker timing, and I'm trying to do these power loops like real big and like laid out. And yeah, like that, I think that's why I'm having such a hard time with it. But when I get it, it looks gorgeous. I've gotten it a couple times now. Another PH2.0 battery here, freshly charged. Let's get it. Okay, okay, okay. Easy. Oh, why? Why? We fell down the stairs again, friends. What? Very disoriented out here. Ugh, come on. All right, we got this. We got this. That was. Hold on. Let me actually. That was a cool little. I'm finding like new little things here. Up here. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, and that's a lot safer than doing it blindly. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, walk of shame. Shame. stay down there. We get a wireless mic and just stay down there. See how that... Oh, the little lamp tap, really? Oh, I got on the throttle way too early. I was trying to kill some of the forward momentum I had. What was I just going to say? Look how nice that looks, man. I mean, to be really honest, there is nothing wrong with these PH2.0 batteries. Yes, Bluetooth, Jesus. Yes, BT2.0 is better, but this is totally fine. I haven't been looking at run times as they're. Oh, that was like the molding on the wall that I hit. I hit that. Has anybody noticed a difference in run times? Really? Stupid garbage can. Oh! Hold on, let me try to get that little gap down there. That's hard, that's a low gap. If I come around here though, I can get it locked in flying low. Oh! We did it! We got it. We got it through there. See if we can get it clean though. Living that low gap life. Oh, let's get under here too. We can do some low gapping all over the place. Oh. Oh yeah, scrape that ground. Scrape it. Oh, easy, easy. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, there it is again! Man, that is tough. When you fly really low like that, you get into ground effects. Skids! And it's really hard. Try it again. Oh, it looks so cool going through there. Looks like I'm going about 10,000 miles an hour. Flying through the low battery. Yeah, the one of the ways you can really tell the difference is that you get the low battery warnings a lot earlier on the PH2.0 batteries, which I don't know, maybe that has something to do with the extra resistance. All right, we're just gonna keep this train going. We're gonna right back to BT2.0, and then we're gonna be done flying for the night. Ooh, I broke another one of these cockroach. Broke another one of these cockroach frames in the front there. It's not totally broken, but yeah, that be broken. That's broken almost all the way through. That was from that hit on the molding. That was a hard hit. I could feel it in my bones. Yeah, a little bit broken. It didn't crack all the way through. This is the third Newbie Drone Cockroach 65 frame that I've broken. It's really hard to show it to you guys here. I don't have a bench cam here, so but yeah, it's a little smashed up there. There, you can see it. See it? It's kind of getting angry. It's fine. No, the battery's dead, dummy. All right, here we go. 2 more batteries real quick. Another back-to-back BT2.0. Here we go. Okay, let's try to not crash constantly. I don't even know why I bother saying that. It's just such an insane request. Come on. All right, let's get some speed up. Woo! It eats up the. Oh, this is a hot jam. There's some speed for you. Ooh! 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 Oh! Easy. No. Oh, the chair got me. Oh, look at that recovery. The coffee table. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Oh, we're good. Everything's fine. Oh my god. Oh, that was just the Silliest thing ever. Where am I? Ah, under the futon. Let's play around with this table a little bit, and then we'll start the power looping mayhem. Ah! Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Get out of there, little buddy. Thank you. Ooh, disgusting. No, 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 railing. Oh, God, no, get through the railing. Yes. When it falls down that railing, my God, it hits the ground like a ton of bricks. Let's get this power loop, friends. Nope. Here we go. Come on. Nerp. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, too shallow. We're gonna get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Come on. This is it. That was the one. Oh, that was the one too. All right, let's switch batteries. We'll spend the whole battery doing it. Ooh! Almost caught that one in the face. All right, last one, last battery. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. As fast as we can. We're gonna nail that power loop. I think it's pretty evident by now that the worst BT2.0 battery is better than the best PH2.0 battery. But I feel like you guys can see. Uh-oh. I feel like you guys can maybe tell that it's not that much of a difference. Like it's if we were doing this comparison to the 300 mAh BT2.0 battery, there would be a big difference, like you'd really be able to tell. But yeah, with these 260 batteries, there's not nearly as much of a difference, which is kind of interesting. But I think you can tell, I can certainly tell on the sticks that there is a difference. Oh no, oh boy, oh no, what's happening? Where am I? Oh no! What is going on? Where am I? Oh boy, where am I? Oh, I'm in the bench. Oh, I'm in the bench. Yes. Oh no. Yeah. Alright. Stop screwing around. It's power loop time. Oh, friends. A little bit of an ugly ending there, but we got it. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the power loop that I want. I want to try to get that somewhat consistent. But man, it's just like if you hang onto the throttle for like a millisecond too long, you don't get it. And or if you don't pick the throttle back up quite quick enough. See, that doesn't count. Oh, face first into the top of the thing. Oh no! Farts. Oh man, I got deep under this futon. Try to get it. I've never gotten it clean twice. Maybe tonight's the night. That doesn't count. Too high. Too high. Let's try it again. Ah, I didn't pick up the throttle early enough. You really have to like commit to pick the throttle back up and just hammer it. And you can't like ease into the throttle like we do on 5-inch rigs. You gotta just hammer it. Oh, see what I mean? That was close though. Somehow I missed it left to right. That's weird. Oh, I could have faked it on that one, but you guys would have been able to tell. Oh, that was almost it. We got it clean once with an ugly exit. That's fine. This battery's gonna fall off the cliff. One more big old beautiful split S. And we will bring it on home. Hey! What a nice little transmitter landing. Look at that. There it is. There it is. That's how you're supposed to land them. Alright, hold on. Let me unplug that video receiver. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me turn off some lights out here too. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Shut the door. It can be just us. Just us, friends. Alright, let me try to get caught up on chat as quickly as I can here. So I can see what kind of shit you guys were talking about my flying. Alright. Just turning the transmitter off real quick here. And alright, let's get caught up on chat. Let me get rid of this bot real quick and hide from channel. Alright, cool. Schizophrenic FPV says, have you experimented with folded versus rolled 1S batteries? I didn't know that there were rolled 1S batteries. I also don't necessarily know. I feel like you can tell the difference by the words. But I never noticed these batteries being folded versus rolled, to be totally honest. Michael S. says, what 25 by 25 stack or AI do you recommend around 250 grams 6S build? I won't hold you responsible for breaks. I very much, like, it's gonna break for absolute certain. And because of that, I don't recommend anything because it's just a terrible idea. If you have a frame that's forcing you to do that, you should switch to a different frame. And like, I'm not even kidding. Like, to try to run 6S on an AIO is just a total goddamn nightmare. Some people have been able to do it on the iFlight Beast, but it's still a horrible idea. The AIO is gonna blow up for absolute certain. You're gonna get no benefit from being 6S over 4S. And yeah, it's just not a good idea. That's gonna be a build that you don't fly a lot because it's gonna break all the time and it's gonna have tuning problems. Whereas if you do a build on a frame that'll accept 20 by 20 and you build a 20 by 20 stack, you'll actually be able to fly that rig. And yeah, it's just silly to have a rig that you don't fly because it constantly blows up and it costs you a fortune every time it blows up. And it doesn't fly all that well either because AIOs just fly horrible. So yeah, I mean, technically the iFlight Beast is the only one that holds up at all, but it doesn't hold up very well. And there are all kinds of tuning problems, especially up on 6S. So yeah, I absolutely 100% do not recommend doing that build. That is just guaranteed like nightmare, to be quite honest. Dub Squared FPV says price on the tattoo batteries is better from their website directly though. They ship from do they ship from California? Jesus. Maybe I'll grab some off their website. Maybe. Matadirtskin says, here's the problem though. I have tons of these other batteries. We'll see. I'll probably break down and buy them. Matadirtskin says, I have some T-Motor 0803s where the magnet ring separated, but the shaft still seems okay. Are they of any use to you to remove the C-clips and put them on a good bell? Not really, because once that magnet ring starts to separate, like it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. It's happening with mine too. I don't recommend the T-Motor motors, unfortunately, because of that issue. It's a two-piece bell, and the magnet ring does separate. So yeah, and yeah, after I'm gonna replace this one, and then that's it. I'm gonna be moving away from these two T-Motor 0803s. So yeah, I mean, Metal, if you want to keep running those 0803s on a build, and you want, after I'm done with these, you know, you're more than welcome to them. But yeah, I'm not moving forward with the T-Motors. They just don't hold up. B-Man's in the house. Well, he was in the house at 10:30. All right, so I'm only an hour behind. This is pretty normal for me. Freelojo says, I think I've been hanging since May of 2020. Jesus, nice dude. B-Man says, T-Motor sent me a box of their 49-43 props. Ooh, nice. I like those. I've never flown anything but 51s, pros and cons. 4.9-inch props are not going to have as much float as 5.1s, which I actually really like because I fly lightweight builds. They're also going to be a little bit lighter, but you're going to sacrifice some efficiency. Bigger props are always a little bit more efficient. All that being said, on 6S, you probably get like 4, 5, 6 minutes of runtime. I don't really care about efficiency anymore. I actually almost prefer less runtime. At the end of like 5 or 6 minutes, I'm exhausted. So yeah, I'm once it warms up a little bit, and or I just get stubborn enough to fly a bunch of 5-inch, I'm going to be looking at... I've been flying the Gemfan 51-43-3s forever. I've got both of the 4.9-inch props that I'm going to A/B test. And I'm yeah. From a float standpoint, I really like the 4.9-inch props because my rigs are so lightweight. Whether I change or not, I don't know, we'll see. Dan636 says, what about 4-inch for Freestyle Ripper, T-Mount, or M5? 4-inch doesn't really make much sense, in my opinion, because there aren't any cameras that really are the right weight. You could definitely argue, and part of the way being convinced that the DJI Action 2 camera is light enough for 4-inch. Problem is the DJI Action 2 camera is kind of a pain in the ass. The workflow is a nightmare. They overheat. The field of view is too wide. So, I don't know. If you have a DJI Action 2, though, you could make a really good case for 4-inch. But that's about it. That's the only camera that really makes any sense for 4-inch. Demenis says, I hate it when my shaft smacks the ground. Me too. Family Guyver says, you fly incredible, man. Thank you, dude. YouTube's doing the thing. There it is. Let me scroll back up. Luckily, I just looked at a timestamp, and it was like 10:30 something. Hey, there we go. Hey! Grizz says, preach. Wonder what we were talking about. Phil from KC with a $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, what's your favorite durable 65mm frame? I do really like these Cockroach 65 frames. They allow you to get a little bit better, a little bit more aggressive of a PID tune and a little bit more aggressive with removing filtering because they're a stiffer frame. The problem is exactly what we saw happen on this one. Because of the fact that it's a little bit stiffer, it does break. So these Cockroach 65 frames are definitely not the most durable. I think, though, that they are my favorite because of how much more you can get out of the tune. I think this is my last one. And I do have an extra Meteor 65 frame, which is the frame that all the racers really like. So yeah, this rig will be moved over to that Meteor 65 frame, and we'll see how it is. I have run that frame before, and it does seem to be very durable. The reason why it's so durable is because it's very bendy. It's much less stiff than this frame, so when you smash it into stuff, it just bends instead of shattering. So I'm actually really interested to see if I'm going to move this build into that frame, and I'm not going to change the filtering or the PIDs at all. I'm really interested to see if it's even flyable. I'll be able to learn a lot about how wobbly that frame really is by what I have to do with the tune or the filtering on this rig. So that'll be pretty cool. But those two 65 frames seem to be the ones that you want, Phil, if you're still here. I hope you're still here. Freeloader says, I like the picture of Fusion, but rapid fire just works better where I'm flying. I'm shocked that either one of them has better or worse picture. That's interesting. I guess that's weird. Yeah, I mean, the main things that you can control are basically just contrast and brightness, and you can control those on your goggles. So I guess maybe TBS is pushing in. The only other thing is saturation. Maybe they're pushing saturation in the Fusion module. I never thought about that. Paul McDonald says, I hear a lot of folks were flying the Nubie Drone V3 at Wooptopia this weekend. Yeah, I'm really excited about the V3 board showing up. Dalton was in here, who works for Nubie Drone, and he was letting us in some inside info yesterday on it. Sounds really good. Apache Smoke says, good morning from Holland. What's up, brother? Kevin Sumner says, which ELRS module and RX do you think you want? The receivers, I just want whichever ones I can get. Not many of them are in stock, but Flywoo and JHE MCU both make them, and I trust them a lot more than Happy Model and BT2.0, who are the other two guys that make them. So I'm probably going to stick with Flywoo and JHE MCU. In terms of module, I haven't even started looking at them yet, but BT2.0 offered to send me their new 1 watt module, so I'll probably just stick with that one. Schizophrenic FPV actually, and BT2.0 is also going to send me one of their new receivers, which has an even lighter weight antenna. So we'll see. Schizophrenic FPV says, you want the Happy Model Pro TX? It's what all the devs recommend. Ooh, that's interesting. If I have to buy one, that's the one that I'll get. Let me kick this bot real quick. All right. Tweet FPV says, Rapid Fire versus TVS Fusion. Go with the Fusion. Wow. I have both. The Fusion is better in my case. Also, if you want to go ELRS, the Fusion can do the VRX backpack without any extra hardware. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I haven't been paying much attention. 661 FPV says, add like 65 for an ELRS Whoop board. There is that JHE MCU board, but it doesn't have a VTX built in. So there really isn't, there's just not a Whoop board yet with ELRS built in that I'm really interested in. The Happy Model does have a VTX built in, but I just don't trust the Happy Model stuff. Denzel the Terrible says YouTube takes 30% vig. Oh, yeah. It's okay though. They give me this spot to live stream from for free, so they gotta keep the servers up sometime. Realistically, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of video and audio that YouTube hosts for free. So I'm okay with them. I mean, 30% is an awful lot. 30% is a bit much, I think, but hey, I don't make the rules. Abraham says those Tiny Whoop LiPo dischargers are legit. Tiny Whoop LiPo. Oh yeah. I have I don't have a. Is it a discharger? I thought it was a LiPo killer. It is a discharger, isn't it? Oh, I left it at the apartment. That was stupid. It is a discharger. Yeah, I do have one of those. That's right. I have a Vifly battery killer that looks just like the Tiny Whoop discharger, and for whatever reason, I just started thinking that they were both battery killers, LiPo killers. But yeah, they're totally not. The Tiny Whoop one is absolutely a discharger that brings it to storage voltage and then stops, which is great because I have 2 batteries that I don't have a working rig for that need to be discharged. So I'll discharge them when I get back to the apartment. Thank you for the reminder, Abraham. That's weird. My brain totally just... wow. Glenn Burnett says, FYI, Pyrodrone has the Tattoo 300 and 270 in stock. Oh, I'm just about to do an order from there, too. Thank you, Glenn. Richard says, Maddie flipped the stairs. Great minds think alike. I got a couple clean ones in there. Philojo says, as an industry worker, I can confirm said number. I wonder what we're talking about at 11:07. Kevin Smith says, I'm thinking the noise of the whoops hitting the walls won't be what is keeping anyone awake. Tweet FPV says, I've been flying the Tattoo BT2.0 packs and We Bleed packs, and I have no complaints. I'm like 99% sure they're the same battery, but the We Bleed ones are more expensive. Here's a bunch of people telling me tricks to do. I should have gotten caught up on the chat. Tweet FPV says, apparently PH2 is CiottiFPV kryptonite. Glenn Burnett says, the circular polarized antenna makes the video reception so much better. Thank the linear. Really, I haven't. I don't notice it in the goggles, but it does make sense. CP antennas do always outperform whip antennas. That's cool that you guys can notice that. Random FPV says, "God damn it, two Ciotti." Oh God. Metal Dirkskin says, "This is what convinced me to order a couple of those ultra short singularity antennas from Canada." Yep, I need one. Well, actually, I should probably get like 3. I should probably outfit the whole little fleet here with them. Yeah, they're really really good. True RC's, all of True RC's antennas are just phenomenal. 661 says, "Read Richard's comment." Richard says BT2.0 flight time 2:32. Good call. YouTube just did the thing. Hold on, scrolling back up. Oh wow, I got caught up quick. Dingles says, "Can you show how you stream the FPV feed straight to your computer?" I just plug it in. I just plug this in, and it just comes right into OBS. It's one of this is one of the easiest things I've ever had to do on OBS. It just works. Paul McDonald says, "Just placed my order on Etsy." Hey, yeah, in 8 minutes, the window to get in on the giveaway, the $300-ish worth of stuff giveaway closes. So hurry the hell up. If you go to CiottiFPV.com and you place an order on my Etsy store, my Fiverr page, or my Teespring store, every $5 you spend gets you entered into the giveaway that I'm going to do tomorrow. So yeah, and that runs out in 8 minutes. So if you want to get in on that giveaway, buy yourself something nice. My Etsy store, my Teespring store, my Fiverr page. If you don't want to go through the Fiverr page because they do take 13%, you could just message me and say, "Hey, I want to do a half an hour flight session or tuning session or building session with you, or an hour or whatever." So yeah, there you go. Grizz FPV says, "It was when you were talking about flying around talent." Oh, I don't remember what you said, Grizz. I'm looking for it though. Where's it at? I watched the new Matrix movie last night with Maggie. Grizz says, "Preach." Yeah, right. It was okay. I don't know. It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was great. It was fine. I don't know. It was. I don't want to like ruin it for anybody, but like, it was just kind of the same movie. It's just this, like, they just like redid the previous movies, kind of. I don't know. It was weird. There was. How do you do it, right? How do you make a 4th movie 20 years later? You know, like, and have it not be. And have it be decent. I don't know how to do it. 661 says, "Why don't you use Meteor 65 frames? I like them the most and think they're the most popular." Just basically because previously when I ran the Meteor frames, I wasn't able to get the PIDs or the filters where I wanted them. These, I mean, at this point, I'm breaking these cockroach frames every 3 or 4 flight sessions though, which is a bit much. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, this is going to get put into one of those Meteor frames and see how it does. Maybe I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of flight performance for a frame that doesn't break quite so often. Here's the thing though. This is now the 3rd one of these frames. No, the second. I forget. Second or 3rd one of these frames in black that's broken. With plastics, plastic is clear, and then if you want any color other than clear, you have to put additives into it. So when you put additives into it, additives are color, they're not strong. Plastic is meant to be strong. So when you put additives in, it reduces the amount of actual plastic, so it does make the plastic a little bit weaker. And black is the darkest color, so you have to put the most additive in. The clear cockroach frames, I think I've only ever broken one. I may never have broken any. This is the last of the black cockroach frames that I've got, so we'll see if this rig, and this is the rig on BT 2.0 that's clear, so it's got more power, so it's hitting things harder. If this keeps holding up, yeah, I'll just stop running the black cockroach frames and just move to clear. Because again, these frames are absolutely more stiffer than the Beta Pro frames, which allows you to push your PIDs up higher and pull your filters down lower. But pull the amount of filtering down lower, to be more specific. Kevin Sumner says, "Have you considered getting a Meteor 65 Pro frame that is 65 with 35 millimeter props?" You know, I haven't. I haven't even thought about that. It's an interesting thought. I'll take a look at that. I gotta see what props are available. If there's a quad blade gem fan prop available, I might actually give that a shot. We'll see. I can almost guarantee you I at least try it. Abraham says Dalton's the man. Went on a rant in JB's Discord because of how much Newbie Drone hardware has shit out on me. Dalton hit me up on there and squared it straight away. Yeah, Dalton's a really good dude. Dalton is also an OG person in this community. I met Dalton very early because he was one of the few people that had like solid knowledge of micros, and we've bounced ideas off of each other back and forth for probably over 4 years now. He's a really, really good dude. I love that he works for Newbie Drone. That we're very lucky to have him working for Newbie Drone. He handles the majority of their customer service. TweetFPV says VRX backpack is the goggle VRX. Will change frequency to whatever you set your VTX to, kind of like what Ghost and TBS do, but it's brand agnostic. I've heard of this, and I've never taken a second to think about it. Goggle video receiver will change frequency to whatever you set your VTX to. Okay. So instead of having to... Okay, so it saved... So for somebody that changes... For somebody like... So for racers, that's really nice. For racers, that's really nice, because they have to change channels all the time. I can't remember the last time I had to change channels. So for me, that doesn't really have any benefit. You know, that saves me like 5 seconds once every 6 months, I guess. Tweet, every single reviewer that compared the Tracer to the Rapid Fire. Oh, I guess that was before the updates to Tracer. So I guess, have the updates to Tracer actually brought it up to Rapid Fire standards? I feel like I've still heard people saying that Rapid Fire is better. And the hardware in the Rapid Fire is definitely better. The physical hardware is more sensitive in the Rapid Fire. I do remember that from maybe Joshua Bardwell's testing. Don't quote me on that though. 661FPV says the Happy Model ELRS root boards are good. I have 5 of them flying still. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, realistically, I'm about to I have 4 of these Newbie Drone boards. I'm about to have 2 more. Once I've broken enough of them, I will look at an AIO with ELRS built in. But here's the thing. These Newbie Drone boards are absolutely better than all of the other ones out there. And the ELRS receivers are only half a gram. So it's kind of like, I mean, the JHE MCU AIO is cut down to be a little bit lighter. So there's a weight savings there, but it doesn't have a VTX built in. So then you got to put an external VTX, and that weight savings goes out the window. I'm pretty sure that the Happy Model ELRS board is a full PCB, so there's no weight savings there, other than that half a gram. And I would rather run Newbie Drone boards and sacrifice half a gram, because yeah, I mean they're gonna be better. The Newbie Drone boards are a known quantity. I realized the other day that We Bleed FPV actually only sells the newbie drone boards, and that says a lot because We Bleed FPV is like super popular from what it seems in the Tiny Whoop community. So yeah, Alexandra, thanks for subscribing, my man. Welcome to the madness. Oh, I'm caught up. Am I actually caught up, or did YouTube just do the thing? YouTube just did the thing. Scrolling back up. Oh, I am almost caught up though. Look at me go. Abraham says he said he took over customer support there and is clearly super motivated to turn it around. Yeah, he's been. I think that was about a year ago. He's been there for a while, and when he came in, they were having issues with the customer service, mainly because they were selling a bunch of ESCs. I think it was that were having issues. But I mean, Dalton's just a great guy. Having somebody that's doing customer service for an FPV company that's like actually a pilot and has been in the game for as long as Dalton, that's a big deal. Like that's a really, really, really big deal. We're really lucky to have that. Richard says, I put the flight times from the last 4 packs in the chat, 2 PH2.0 and 2 BT2.0. Thank you very much, Richard. Where is your comment with that? It is now after midnight, so we are going to wrap this up soon. So BT2.0 flight time 247, PH2.0 flight time 253, PH2.0 flight time 251. I think I might have missed one. So it doesn't look like there's much, but I was crashing all over the place. Sometimes I had to walk down there to get it. Sometimes it's yeah. It's interesting though that the PH2.0s didn't seem to really, they didn't like consistently run for 30 less seconds or anything like that. Like I said before, I really think what I learned is that yes, BT 2.0 is better for sure, but I want to say it's not that much better, but kind of is. It really is. I mean, like when I run these 2 rigs on the 300s back to back, it's wild. Like I stabbed the throttle and it's like, oh my god, on BT 2.0. I think what I learned is that PH 2.0 is still totally decent, but I already knew that. It's with these motors and this setup, this rig rips. This rig absolutely rips. Any one of you guys would love this setup on PH 2.0. So don't let BT 2.0 be like an absolute necessity. But if you're like gonna build a new Tiny Whoop, build it BT 2.0. Like if there's a good, or like if your Tiny Whoop batteries are kind of tired, go BT 2.0, right? Like if you have a good, but if you have like a bunch of fresh PH, here's what it is. If you have a whole bunch of fresh PH 2.0 batteries or something like that, it's not going to take long for you to fly them until the point where they go to hell and puff up and whatnot, right? Because that happens quick with Tiny Whoop batteries. I would not say, I would say just fly the shit out of them and then upgrade when it switch over when it makes a little bit more sense. I don't think you should run out and change over. There is a difference, and like I kind of ran out and changed over, and I don't necessarily regret it. But that's a business expense for me. So I can justify it that way. Demenis says the new Matrix movie was like watching fan fiction. I'm not going to be that mean about it, but I'm also not going to disagree with you. Glenn Burnett says the clear cockroach is the way to go for sure. Metal Dixon says they make that Meteor 65 35mm props with ELRS. Seems like a good excuse. To be honest, I've spent a bunch of money on Tiny Whoops in the last like 2 months. It's going to be the end of Tiny Whoop season sooner than later, so I'm really like trying to curtail tiny whoop spending right now, which is one of the other reasons why I'm kind of like, but getting a couple of ELRS receivers is totally fine, because I can tell that there's a little bit more latency on these rigs. When you guys see me doing that left to right overcorrection, that's the latency. That's what I'm not used to. So to get rid of that would actually help me, because it would bring the latency of these things closer to what the Crossfire latency is. And that's a good reason. Kevin Sumner says, no, we got that. Oh, wait, no. GemFan makes a 35mm quad blade. Nice. So I'll probably give that a shot then. TweetFPV says the original Fusion was not as good as the Rapid Fire. They updated RX. Oh, they updated the hardware. Is better. I've had the Rapid Fire lose sync a lot, even in easy RF situations, never on the TBS. Interesting. Acro Weeboo, there's Dalton. What's up, brother? My ears are ringing here, making my heart melt. You deserve it, man. You're a good dude. And you know, I mean, it helps that we've known each other for, what, 4+ years? Like, you know, Dalton and I aren't like close friends. Like, we don't talk every day on Facebook. We talk like, you know, once a month. Sometimes we'll go 6 months without talking. But, you know, yeah, I mean, good people deserve being told that they're good people. Bob Knox is coming in nice and late. Stream's ending like right now. Family Guyver says, I guess it's pointless to use PH2.0 to BT2.0 connector. Yep. Only older battery defeats the purpose. Exactly. It actually makes it worse, because you've got the resistance of the BT2.0 and the resistance of the PH2.0. The only place that it does make sense is if you have to buy like if you were about to place an order for batteries and you're not ready to convert everything over to BT2.0, it's kind of silly to buy. So I'll say this. Don't buy, in my opinion, don't buy PH2.0 batteries anymore. Start buying BT2.0 batteries now. Use the converter for now. And then as your PH2.0 batteries die, you'll just keep replacing them with BT2.0. And then eventually you'll be all BT2.0 and life will be great. Last two comments of the night, Abraham and Matthew Vega. Abraham says, sorry, last yo, if you want better latency today, like better with the LRS latency, switch those SPI FR Sky receivers over to Redpine. None of these are SPI, unfortunately. And I don't have a multi-protocol radio, so unfortunately I can't do the Redpine thing. We tried to figure that out 2 Whoop Wednesdays ago, I think. Matthew Vega with the last one. Nice flying. Have a good night. Thank you very much, brother. This has been another Monday Q&A mayhem smashing tiny whoops. Love you guys. It is now 12:09. I'll give you guys an extra couple of minutes if you want to get in on the tiny whoop with Cadix Tarsier with all the other stuff giveaways. Every $5 you spend over on CiottiFPV.com on my Etsy store, Fiverr page, Teespring store, will get you entered into the giveaway. I'll give you guys like another till 1 a.m. How about this? Till 12 o'clock California time. That makes the most sense. So that's the next 3 hours that you've got to, if you want to get in on that giveaway. Tomorrow I'll put everybody together, put them on a wheel, and I think Wednesday night I'll spin the wheel and we'll see who wins the stuff. Cool? Love you guys. Be good. Here comes some flying in tree spot with a little bit of epidemic sound. Chocolatey goodness. Love you guys. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Or do. Do whatever you want. It's your life. Live the shit out of it. And come on, epidemic sound. Get it together. There we go. And all right, guys. See you Wednesday. Love you.
say so.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing that cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across.